Sunrise on the water, that bite getting hotter. It's Fish Like a Local,
an angler's podcast. Fish Like a Local is proudly brought to you by Barefoot Insurance Brokers for all your commercial insurance needs. Reel's Good Prestige Worldwide, the Gulf Coast's top outdoor marketing company. A Hero, America's heroes enjoying recreation outdoors, a veteran and first responder service organization.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. I'm Captain Justin, and this is Fish Like a Local and Anglers podcast. As always, with me tonight, my co-host, Captain Keith Davis.
Ooh, what's up, guys?
Robert, I know somebody Walker.
Yeah, I'm up second.
Yeah, you're up second tonight, buddy. I skipped a little Joey Vecchi over here. Our good buddy Joe Vecchi, Joe the pro himself.
Whoop. That's messed up, man.
And who's our guest?
That's messed up.
Special guest tonight, a superstar here on the coast. We'll call him the pier fisher especial, Mr. Frisky himself, James Pemberton. Welcome, sir.
Thanks for being here.
Absolutely.
What we talking about tonight, fellas?
Fishing.
Of course.
How do we know that was coming?
Every week.
I see Frisky brought us some toys.
Yeah, no, so...
Frisky brought a very nice collection.
This I'm most interested in, these cobia jigs, because I personally have never landed a cobia. And he's making these, and if I was a fish, I would eat that. So where should we be looking for these cobia?
So this time of year, they're going to be a little bit farther offshore around the wrecks and the shipping channel and things like that. They've kind of moved offshore. Unless you're over in Okaloosa, then they're...
Where offshore is near shore.
Yeah. Then they're all around some big old tiger sharks right now off the pier.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're all over.
We should
Some
make
big
that
ones over
trip.
there.
Yeah,
I'd
don't
love to
threaten
do
us
that.
with a good time.
We need to put that on the list with Venice and about 10 other locations we dreamed of.
Okaloosa is not that far.
No, that's a quick. We went over there for the Pompano tournament, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's a pretty quick trip.
Yeah.
So, who all's been fishing this week? James, I know you've been on the pier some. You said bite's been a little slow, or
Yeah, it's definitely been slow. We were out last night and just stumbled across a big school of small redfish, but ended up getting 3 keepers. Saw a 17.5-inch triple tail, and then a couple Spanish were caught, but it was real slow.
all on the Gulf State Pier, folks. You don't have to have a boat to get them.
Ooh, you just gave away
So,
the numbers.
like, you say a big school of small, like in slot fish, or?
So we ended up catching 3 slots and then probably 40 to 50 that were 12 to 14 inches.
40 to
Really?
50.
Every
that's a strong
every
bite.
shrimp down was a fish for
Really?
an hour and a half.
That is crazy.
That's all just 40 to 50.
So
It's just it's been
me
a
with
slow
a good
week. Just
time.
caught 40 or 50 tonight.
last year,
that's awesome.
you caught a handful of red snapper off the pier. Have you caught any this year?
I've caught a bunch of small ones.
No tanks.
So the first week of snapper season, I broke off 8 times, and that's it. I haven't had a bite since the first week of snapper season.
That's heartbreaking.
It's been tough on the reef. That's no lie. Every charter, we've had to work for the fish we've got this year. Last year, we could basically do whatever we wanted and catch fish, and this year, they're just not there.
Yeah, there's a bunch of little ones. Mangrove fishing last week probably landed 10 or 12 that were 8 to 10 inches. So the snapper is still there. The big ones are there. We've seen them.
It's not chewing.
It's not even.
They're just not eating anything.
You know, I said that on my fish finder. I'm looking at what I know are good fish, and we're just not hooking them. We're catching the 14 inchers, and those are not even chewing like we would want them to be. But I don't know. It's been a weird season.
Are they overpressured?
I mean, we had the 7-day change this year, but the vermilion aren't there. Or if they are, I'm looking on my fish finder and saying that's what I was targeting last year when we were catching a limit of fish, good ones. We've, the most I think we've picked up has been 2 or 3 on a state water trip this year in vermilion. Last year it was easy to go out there if we wanted the limit of that. If the reds weren't stacked up, we would get vermilion.
So you went out this morning, you took a charter out, coming off a neap tide. And, I mean, let's just be honest, we're not always catching.
We went fishing today. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
It was not, I mean, we caught probably 4 red snapper. They're all 14.5 inches. Caught some spade fish. That's, save a trip fun toward the end of the day. Usually after you got a box of fish, we go to the reef there in 3 Mile and do it. And honestly, they weren't even chewing. They would barely get in the chum slick. So it was weird. It was like a switch turned off
Well,
out there.
that's like what I was talking to you a couple weeks ago. Some bacteria had to take over the grass that the bait fish were feeding on that the big fish are eating. I haven't even seen that many kings caught this year.
Now, after that tropical storm, they left.
And that's wild to me because the reef before the tropical storm was terrible. Tropical storm hit, and for about a week and a half there, it was on fire. Even in the state waters, catching fish we don't normally catch.
Yeah.
And then again, it settled back down out there. It was beautiful today, calm,
It's
and
gross.
it was like a switch turned off.
It's gross. Inshore is still on fire, just not that quantity. Like, I can still go out and I can still catch a limit. I'm just gonna
It's
have
having
to
to work for
it.
a little.
Yeah.
I saw you finally caught one over 20.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. That's what I was gonna say.
You know, and usually we don't catch a whole lot over 20 this time of year, but I still catch a handful. I think this fall, if it doesn't change, I don't know what to think, but I think this fall should be better.
You know, every season's different.
Yeah.
Last year was incredible. Last year was probably the best year of flounder fishing I've ever had. I mean,
It was one of the better years of fishing in general that I've ever had. Everything.
I had several weekend mornings where I went out and caught 40 flounder in just like 3 or 4 hours.
I mean, honest
This
opinion,
year's
this
not
year,
that.
I feel like the only fish that was consistent from January to, say, the 1st of April was sheep's head. I think that was the only fish that kind of stayed to. And honestly, they were thinner on the jetties during the spawn in March than what I've seen them in past years.
Yeah.
But as far as catching them in on the bridges and stuff up through the winter months, they were pretty consistent. But it's like when that spawn hit, it was like something changed at that point, and nothing's been the same since.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think sheep's head comes around, and I'm not fishing for anything else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my favorite fish to target.
And then again, dude, am I ever gonna beat a 10.3 pound fish?
No, we got to go to the
Maybe.
East. We need to go to
Inshore?
the East Coast.
I will.
Maybe.
So we need to make
I
that
will.
trip. You gonna go get him?
I'm going.
Maybe.
So where do we go on the East Coast to find those 15, 16 pound? I know you talked to some of those guys over there. Where are they catching those big sheeps?
Northeast, Jacksonville, places like that.
I would love to make that trip and put that one on the trip
what
list
is
too.
what is big?
Shoot.
You know, over 10 is pretty normal up there.
What?
Yeah. Oh, the ones we think are big here are just average fish up there.
So when I ship jigs over there, you know, around our area, like a 1/0, maybe a 2/0 hook, they ask for 3/0 and 4/0 hooks on their jigs because they're using half a blue crab or a chunk of blue crab or
What?
something. They're
Catch a
big
sheep's
fish.
head.
They're
To catch
catching
sheep's
Mondo
head.
sheeps.
And they're catching them on these swing jigs,
Yep, the swing
What's
and
the
the
bigger
knockers.
version?
Yeah,
knockers.
I don't think the swings work that good here.
Now, that's
depends on what you're doing.
I love the swings.
oh, you got
personally.
a swing and knockers in that same pack.
Yeah, that was just to show you guys.
I prefer the knocker.
Yeah.
Me
I
too.
do over the swing. I think the
I,
hook
I
Oh,
think
I'll
the
fish 'em
hook
both.
set
I love
is,
that.
is. I think you got a better chance of getting a hook
and these
in a
reef
mouth.
balls.
You almost
These reef balls.
You
I caught
almost-
my
yeah, you were in
PB
the top.
26 pound red snapper on. I think it was a 4 ounce with like a 7/0. I had James
is a bigger setup.
So
manufacture for me, but I was in 3rd place in the Floribama.
Oh, I
year
thought
before
you had.
last
I
for
thought
a
you
while.
were in the running there.
so why
That's a tough tournament. With
why
red
do you
snapper.
think that works better than like a Carolina rig or a knocker rig?
I don't know if it works better. I feel like the weight's not going to slide up and down. It's not going to get tangled on the way up and down. You just feel every little bite on the bottom.
And that's the problem with when you're doing the Carolina rig
Yeah.
with 4 foot a leader. When you drop it down and it's helicoptering
Mm-hmm.
all the way down and it's tangling you up,
Yeah.
this does
So-
away with that issue.
Now, I use them different situations. So if I'm out on the jetty in the boat, we're casting the horse back toward the jetty, running our charters out there. I kind of figured out that I was watching we were catching more fish on the Carolina out there than the presentation than we were. Like if I'm bridge fishing where I'm vertical straight down,
Yeah.
that's all day. We wear fish out on them. It's the helicopter happens more, I think, vertical than does when we're actually casting. So I don't know who else is on that page or if they even agree with me or not. That's what I started doing. I used most of our sheeps last year came on those jigs, but we fished a lot more inland vertical on bridges and stuff and dropping straight down. I like them more for that use, and I think the only time I substitute to Carolina is when I'm casting for them, and that would be, I guess, out on the bigger water.
Yeah, but and what James is saying about the sensitivity when you've got that weight there on the bottom
Mm-hmm.
versus having that length of leader,
Yeah.
You're able to fill
100%.
and set that bite.
Yeah, it's all lip and no shit.
Yeah, and those make it fun too because that's a lot heavier, sturdier hook than what I fish on the Carolinas. So when you're fishing vertical like that, and that sheep's head bite's so subtle, anyways, it may be a 10-pound fish down there, but for one, their mouth's slap full of molars, so you got to get that hook in them. So
gotta break
I love
rods.
that because you can set that thing like your bass fishing.
You don't have to
vertical.
break
You
your
gotta
rod,
break
Joe.
rods.
Joe literally
I
breaks
need you to
rods. I
take
got video
better-
footage.
Care of your assets.
They took care of me. catching fish. So
We never.
That's just the cost of doing business for Joe
Joe.
the Pro over here.
yeah.
Joe's a little
Are
quick
you
snatch.
You gonna do your tournament again this year?
So we're gonna do the tournament.
Good.
Going back and forth between extending or even shortening it, because just like you were saying, once that spawn hit, they just stopped biting. The last 3 or 4 days of the tournament, it just shut off, and it shut off early.
Yeah.
So it'd be nice to have it for 2 weeks just to get more
Or a week
fish.
sooner, earlier.
Yeah, but 2 years ago we were catching fish during that time.
It was different this year.
yeah,
100%.
I mean, it's not a date.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
not a check on the counter that tells the sheep's head, let's go do it. It's temperature, it's daylight hours. You
it
know,
just
it's
seemed like
things
it was further off this year, I'll say,
Yeah.
than it has been the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Well, and we even dropped a GoPro down, like when the bite was, and there was thousands of sheep that they just stopped biting.
It's like
they just
lockjaw.
were not they were not biting anything. But I mean, they were everywhere.
You know what was weird is I was out there a few of those days, and one day they'd be eating fiddlers. The next day they want shrimp and wouldn't touch a fiddler, and then it'd go back and forth. It's kind of weird
Yeah.
because you go to a bridge, they're gonna devour fiddlers all day long, every day.
My favorite hole, that's well, you fish it with me. That's a must. I found out today Gio's been holding out on the fiddler crab location here locally.
he's harvesting them.
Yeah, he said his buddy's got the backyard just like with a known population, so
He's just up
They're
the
probably-
road here too, isn't he?
probably getting ravaged this year.
I don't know. I think we should get with this guy.
Order some in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down with that too.
I can get you as many as you need.
Well, I think
The local crab
I think
dealer.
they come in and
Give me a
I'm,
10 sack.
I get shrimp if you got a place to put them too.
Can we get a dime or a quarter there?
Quarter sack.
Hey, we do
quarter
need
sack
to
of
look
crab.
into that. It's not that expensive to get our bait dealer's license. It's like $150 a year.
Well, I got 2 acres of.
And you just have to
property
have,
here to put whatever
was
we
it
need on it.
500 gallons worth of storage?
yeah, you have the ideal property. It's right off the
Yeah,
road.
we can do it right here.
People don't want to come half a mile.
We're not selling it. It's for personal.
Well,
Yeah,
we
we're
could
talking
sell it too, though.
Yeah,
There's profit margin.
We're just trying to cover what we
I've already
use.
got some tanks out there. I've been kicking around that anyway, so I get my house done. That may be in the window of things to do.
You
this
mean
year.
I don't have to flip rocks down here and catch mud crabs?
I'm not gonna lie. It would be nice to be able to wake up to run a fishing charter come springtime or even wintertime when we get booked up, or just go fish with all of us and go. You know what? I don't have to go stand in line at 5 a.m. with a bunch of charter captains and wait my turn.
345.
Yeah.
345.
Like they literally line up. Those guys line up outside of hooked up bait and tackle, and wait. And we go there, stand in line with them, and wait on our crabs and our shrimp.
You know, I love that tackle shop.
Oh man, they're
Hooked
great.
up
They're
bait and
great.
tackle. Those guys over there, they're real knowledgeable. They carry all of Frisky's stuff.
They're always
That's
friendly.
what I call our working man's
Yeah.
tackle shop.
You know, we're blessed in this area. I've not been in any of our tackle shops down here. They're all super friendly. I know we do our main business with those guys, but everybody, we just got a good area, man. Good people. That's whatever which one you go in. I've never been just treated like just a customer. It's always, hey, how are you? Welcome.
I think Hooked Up should talk to the city about getting a new entrance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that's
horrible.
kind of messed
It's
up.
horrible
Yeah.
turning in there, unless you go all the way around the
Hey,
backside.
when we're not recording, I was going to tell you that later. We don't want the whole world to know our secret passage.
But I don't want to go all the way around. I'll just sit there
You
and
should
block
pull in
the
there with
turn
a
lane.
21-foot boat behind you.
Yeah.
What are you doing there?
How was your
I'm still in your
How was your
hex
trip to
jig.
Florida?
It was eventful, that's for sure. Yeah, we went with a new group of guys, this year, and the second day, one of them broke my Talica 16, and then about 30 minutes later broke my Avid Raptor.
The same guy?
Same guy. He didn't do anything wrong.
He's not invited back, is he?
No, he can come back, but it was good. The big fish weren't there. They had that same cold front that we had earlier in the year, and I don't know if it pushed the snook south, north. You know, the big school was there, but it wasn't like it normally is. This is the first year in the last 6 years I haven't caught a 40-inch fish.
Dang.
Got a 39 and a half, but it wasn't 40.
That's close.
I know. But
That's a 40 if you look at the
Nah,
picture.
I,
As long as the tape's not involved.
I got a Bigfoot.
I'm going to set out a goal this year. I'm going to catch an Alabama snook.
Okay.
Yeah.
The population's growing.
Yep.
The CCA is doing everything they can do to make it happen. I mean, we have a set of regulations on them now.
Yeah.
So
Did I just hear a Calcutta coming on?
Yeah.
First Alabama legal
First
snook?
Alabama snook.
I'm going to do it. You guys are screwed. I got a kayak. You're going to scare
I'm
them all
buying
the
a
way in
yak
your
this
boat.
year. I'm tired of hearing that.
You're gonna scare them all away in your boat.
Either that or I'm just going to put a trolling motor on Keith's canoe back here.
Get up in there.
Yeah, or I can get where I need to be.
That'd be cool.
I got a 5 horsepower propane motor that we can get on plane with.
Yeah.
I'll
But
beat
then
you
you're
to the
gonna-
hole and then shut it off about a half mile before I get there.
You're gonna run out of propane.
Perfect.
Or blow up.
How's the Pompano been this year, James?
If you're a little west of us, it's been great. They just, for some reason, they haven't been over here a whole lot. One or two here and there, get a 3-man limit every once in a while. But my buddy Justin Reed, who fishes over in Pensacola, Navarre, he's been on them.
Isn't that east?
Yeah.
It is east of us. Yeah, sorry.
West of us is Mississippi.
Yeah, I don't go over there.
If you're catching pomps over there, you're doing
Yeah.
something.
I
But
mean,
no,
they're
that-
going to be there too, right?
I think.
I mean, we might as well go for the permit at that point.
No, there's more flounder over there.
But it's been real good over there. That dirty water moved in, but it still hit over there, but not as bad.
I think Florida's always got better pompano bite than we do.
100%.
Well, the species
And
that's actually
bigger,
called
too.
the Florida
Pompano.
Pompano.
And they're bigger. Like
Yeah, but we released tens of thousands of them in Alabama.
They
Yeah,
all
our
they all
fisheries-
swam to Florida.
Yeah, I mean, I've never understood why we don't have a better population.
So
So
talk,
how bad's the grass over there?
It was really bad for a couple days, but again, just finding the right spots. I mean, if you're on the water every day, you know where to go.
I will say one thing about this year that I noticed early in the season around May is the grass out in the Gulf was thicker than I'd ever seen it out there. We pulled it, just got to 3 Mile one day, was just scoping it out, and there's literally a half-mile wide sheet of grass that's floating. You could not fish the barge without going up in the grass.
you couldn't fish Fort Morgan for a month.
Oh, it was bad.
It was horrible.
But the bonus of
is
it
that
is
the
when-
June grass or the sargasm this year?
Sargasm. Well, it was right at the end of May, 1st of June. So it was sargasm, but
Yeah,
it was so thick everywhere.
Isn't
but-
it the same grass?
No.
No.
No,
The June grass is that green, hairy
Yeah, this
stuff.
was
And the sargasm, it looks
it's
like
the brown.
cranberries.
Okay, yeah, no, it was all sargassum.
Well,
Right?
we found the chicken dolphin, though. That was a bonus this year
under
that
it.
was cool. Every trip I went out, we would find, not in the 3 mile range, we were catching them at like 8, 9 miles, or even go to the weather buoy. I just circled the weather buoy trolling the Lunker Hunt Distress, and we caught 3 in a row one day and then ran on out to the reef. We had a few sandwiches.
But you were still in state waters.
not the weather buoy. It's 12.
Okay.
Yeah. But we weren't on charters that day. We were just fishing. But that's a little bonus. The water was crystal clear at that point, and there was grass everywhere, so there were mahi out there, which we don't. I know they're off of Alabama, but you normally got to run for them. So that was a favorite little bonus this year. But it was also different than the way it was last year. So
Can you swim?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want to.
Where is that?
We were
going?
having a conversation earlier
we were
about
talking about
James
spear
spear
fishing.
fishing.
And
Oh.
then I
Joe's
was
like, I don't think he can swim. And I was like, you know what? I don't think he can either.
Oh, so
I'm a
he
Florida
said
baby.
he said pier fishing. He said spear fishing. I heard pier fishing. I was like, well, that makes sense. I didn't even know
Yeah.
he spear fished.
No, you don't. I mean, it's one of those things. If I'm running, you got to run with me. If I'm swimming, there's a really, really bad reason.
All we got to do is outswim you.
Yep. I hate swimming.
Fair enough.
So I tell everybody
man,
all the time, if you see me running, you better stop and pick me up because
Yep.
somebody's probably chasing me.
So you
Not
don't
doing it for fun.
You don't really eat fish, do you?
I'll eat a little bit, but no, not really. I just like catching it.
So you do a lot of catch and release, or like catch and give away, or
Our neighbors love us. We give it all to the neighbors.
fair enough.
fair enough
Fair
there.
enough.
Like I'll eat a mahi, I'll eat flounder, occasionally. I love snook. If we had snook here, consistently,
We do.
not consistently.
Yeah, I know where they're at.
I'm not gonna kill a 20-incher
Why?
because I don't want to.
I will.
What's the regs on the snook now? What did they put on them?
In Alabama?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
It was honestly kind of wonky,
Yeah.
but I don't remember.
It's at the officer's discretion.
Yeah.
No. And I know there was a lot of uproar last year when we were at the public hearings discussing whether or not to even put regulations on that species. And at that time, Director of Marine Resources, Scott Bannon, he's like, look, I don't want to ban any species. He said, but if we don't put a size limit on them, then they're going to kill everyone
They're going to be
they
gone.
get.
Honestly, I
They
think
catch.
I think you should have to release them. At least for a few more years until we have something solid.
The question is,
That's my
will we
thought.
ever get solid though?
Yes,
Could it
we
just
will
be
get
a
solid.
weather pattern for the last 10 years has been changing, so they moved here, and as the weather pattern shift again,
I think
are
they're
they-
overpopulated and
Like-
overregulated in Florida, and they're moving here because they ain't got nowhere else to go.
no more real estate.
Right.
Now that
No,
makes
I mean,
that's a good
I've
spin
seen.
on it.
Look at James's videos of his GoPros under those piers when he's in Florida.
Oh, yeah.
there are thousands
Oh, yeah.
of huge snook there.
But I think the C Lab and the CCA have been growing them and releasing them. I
I
believe.
don't know about that.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I think you're
I think it's a
misinformed.
natural population. So I know they're in the little lagoon. I know that because I threw a cast net and caught 2 of them. Catching
Snook?
bait.
No, I'm almost positive they released a bunch of juveniles last year.
It
This
looked
this
year
has been
before.
this has been 5 or 6 years ago
Oh,
that I
look
caught
at
them.
that.
But
I don't know. But all the little ones are males. I don't know if you guys know that. So like,
that's a,
And we had that conversation earlier
All
about
s-
the females being bigger.
yeah.
all snook are born male, and then at like that 32 to 33 inch range, they turn to female. So that's why the slot's 28
Huh.
to 32. So all the big ones you see on the GoPros, those are all big females. They're all big breeds.
Joe, how old are you?
27.
He's
So
not
thir-
old,
32,
he's not
he's
old
not old
enough
enough
to
to
be
change
female.
You know, he'll be
He's
female
got a
next
few more
month.
A
years.
few more years before he changes.
So what else we got going on? Saltwater Fanatics tournament coming up
What week is that?
soon. It's the last weekend in August. I myself will be targeting Jack Crevalle and
Triple tail?
gaff top
Gaff
catfish.
tops? Who are you fishing with?
Captain Adam Lyons,
Okay.
most likely.
The gaff top.
And y'all are welcome to join us.
Captain gaff top.
I think I'm gonna go chase jacks on shrimp boats.
Okay.
Okay, I was completely wrong. You guys are correct.
Yes,
Yeah,
there were no.
I'm
there
fucking
were-
retarded. You can
So-
bleep that out too.
While we're chasing
I'll use the
jacks,
dolphin noise
It was,
again.
it was striped
What are you gonna
bass
chase
that I
him
was
with?
thinking.
So, Frisky started carrying these hatchet spoons on his website. Y'all go over there and check them out. The Jack Crevalles love them. What size is that?
They're all 3 ounce.
They're all 3 ounces.
Dude, you could chunk that.
Yeah. I mean, I would use this for
Yeah.
tuna too.
So,
Yeah.
You gonna
For
run that
blackfin?
under a
is it
planer?
David? Is that his name?
Yeah.
You gonna
No,
throw
it's
that
just
Drop
at
it
all or
straight
just-
down.
Yeah, it's heavy
Oh,
enough. to drop.
fast
John,
jig.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
John was telling me he throws it out and bumps it off the bottom, and that's how he's
Now
catching
smoke
the
it.
fish.
Huh.
For jacks?
Jacks and the redfish.
And the reds.
Okay. See, because in my mind,
You
a
would
jack's
burn
a
it.
top feeder. Yeah.
No, he said he's
I would look
bumping
for
it
the
off
blow-ups.
bottom. It's crazy.
And while we're talking about those blow-ups, we're looking for those white birds, the terns and seagulls, versus the brown birds being the pelicans that are smashing the mullet with their air bladders and knocking them out.
Is that what they do?
Yes. Don't you ever see them when they hit the water? They stop and they look.
I thought.
I think
No,
I
they
dated
blow
a
their
couple
chest
chicks
up.
like that.
really.
They blow their chest up and hit the top of the water, and it stuns the fish. And then they look around and pick them up. Versus the flocks of seagulls and terns that are picking up the pieces from the Jack Crevalles feeding on the schools of bait. That's your pro tip this week. If you're hunting Jack Crevalles, you're looking for those white birds picking up the scraps.
Good stuff.
Well,
Just because you see a bird diving doesn't mean there's a feeding school there, unless it's terns and seagulls picking up scraps.
I knew like to look for birds. You know what I mean? But I didn't know that's what they were doing with their chest. That's crazy.
That's wild. I think for the Fanatics tournament, I'm definitely just chasing jacks. I'm not even going in that speckled trout division. Some of those dudes
I
have
am.
got trout dialed
Well, I
in
think
so
first
much.
place pays $150. Adam's 34-foot twin V will probably put about $600 worth of fuel in
Yeah,
it for
burn
the
a
weekend.
grand this weekend.
Set $35 a piece for the entry fee.
I'm just gonna target big trout.
I just want a
and
$1,000 bucket.
You looking for a gator or like big slot?
gator.
Gator trout.
Yeah, I know I can catch a dirty 30. I just haven't stepped in there in a long time, and I'm gonna do it this weekend.
I don't know. I like
This
these
weekend?
too.
Yeah, I'm gonna go make sure they're still there.
What is that?
This
What you got there,
GT
Rob?
ice cream. It's another jig Frisky started carrying on his website.
Tell us how that works, man. What's that about?
So there's 2 different styles. There's kind of like the real long, skinny one. It's called the slim, and then there's the original. Cast it out as far as you can. Those things, again, like the hatchet spooners, just launch. And you want to reel those in on top, kind of bouncing on top, almost like a needlefish or like a mullet spraying on top.
You're ripping it.
You're ripping it. You can let it go a little deeper, but they're meant to be on top. Big Jack Crevalle, blues, Spanish. I mean, anything will eat them.
I think that would be epic to watch that thing getting burnt in and just get
Get
blown
smoked
up
by a big
on
jack.
smoked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of people change the hooks. You don't need to
Yeah.
unless you're trying to catch kings or like you're in a big school of big blues or something. It's
mean,
got that assist style on there.
What would you change it to for Kings of
And
Treble?
why?
I mean,
What are you worried about?
Just to cut that rope. So it's got that assist rope on the
Right.
hook.
Did you go to like a split ring with a
Yeah.
treble or something for a king? Or?
Yeah. So then you just put a swivel, 2 split rings, a swivel, and a new hook.
that hook
so,
looks sharp as
Yes, it
Nike.
does.
yeah.
Very
The
cool. I've not
ice
seen those
cream.
before, and they're called the ice cream. So that's pretty.
They're
Cool.
real popular in South Florida. They're really, really popular.
Yeah, it'd be cool to try that
Long
out.
distance casting.
But I tell people with most of those predators, you cannot reel fast enough. Like these hex head jigs here.
Hey, leave that alone.
That's fine. You cannot have this. I've been carrying this around since Blaine's Pompano tournament. So these hex head jigs here that dart back and forth when you're targeting Spanish mackerel, you cannot humanly possibly reel fast enough to beat that fish.
Yep.
And the faster you go, the more fired up they get.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just a reaction.
So the same thing with these
So are you
needle
fishing
jigs.
those naked? You putting a fluke on the bottom of it? What
No,
are you
it's
doing?
naked.
Just
I
naked.
mean, James, what's
Just
the
because
design
that hex
method
head,
behind
that's why
this?
it spins.
Just like that, make it turn red.
Yep. So I'll use like 40 to 60 pound mono as a leader and just reel it in and pop it as quick as possible.
Like you would have gotcha plug.
Yeah.
Just whack, 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 whack.
Those old loony jigs.
Yeah, but I like to pop it a few times and then let it sink.
Yep.
And then pop it back up.
Okay.
Joe never does that. He's
Some-
lying.
sometimes I'll hit it on the ball.
Joe's Mr.
You are
Aggressive.
not that patient.
No, he's not.
Exactly. That's why I got to stop and change my mind for a second.
Fair enough.
He's not really pausing. He's thinking.
Yeah.
His dial-up connection hit.
Oh man. So what else we got? What else we got? We haven't shown off. Oh, so
What
talk
we
to
got
me.
over here?
So this is a pompano jig.
Okay, I did not see.
I call it a banana jig.
Yeah.
I have never successfully caught a pompano on this.
I don't think I've caught any fish on them.
That's the only way I'll
No.
pompano fish.
That's the only way you pomping no fish.
I've
I
caught
love 'em.
lizard fish on them.
Well, that's the guy to tell us how to do it right here.
So
Then.
what am I doing wrong? I mean, how is this intended to be fished?
I mean, I use them from the pier. You want to be elevated. The jetties, piers, boats, things like that. You want to tie you want to get the heaviest weight you can just to get it to the bottom. You're looking at the jig as the weight. 90% of your strikes are going to come on the teaser. So if you're not using a teaser, that's the other downfall. You have to. I mean, you don't have to use a teaser, but so if you think about the jig, it's going to flutter down, and then your teaser is going to be up on top. If you do like a loop knot, so the pompano feet down, they're going to go after the teaser, and they're going to hit the teaser first. I just like to slow roll them, just 1 or 2 quick pops on bottom, let it hit bottom. 1 or 2 pops, let it hit bottom. Go as slow as you can. You're imitating a flea or a crab or a shrimp, so if you can flick up a little bit of sand, that's all you're looking at.
This is my favorite color. This gray with the orange because it looks like a pregnant crab.
That's
And
called
I
the sand flea.
Right, the sand flea. And I don't know how far Geo can zoom in to see that teaser.
So this teaser,
feather.
I mean, this is new to me. Honestly, I didn't even know that was a thing.
How'd you miss that?
How far am I tying this above this?
So you can do it 1 of 2 ways. You can either do it. What I like to do is about a 2 to 3 inch, just a dropper loop,
Okay.
and then just tie the jig and the teaser to the same loop.
Oh, okay. Really?
Yeah. Or you can do one up about a foot and just like a pompano rig almost.
That's what I was thinking is that the heavy banana jig would be tied to the bottom and then the looper up above.
It's either way.
So a pompano chicken rig.
I mean, I've seen kids on the pier slaying pompano with them.
Yeah.
I like to sight fish pompano. Cedric fishing's fun, but for me to Cedric fish, I just want to go have fun instead of the beach and cast a rod out.
Right.
I like watching the fish come down the bar and actually sight fish them with a jig.
Well, you're fishing we'll make sure the folks at home know that you're fishing a lot from piers, jetties, vertical. You're up.
Yeah.
So
I'm
sight
watching them
fishing.
come down.
Yeah, and that makes more sense. I've not thought about that. I've not fished these much. I haven't tried them, not because I thought they didn't work. I hadn't done that style fishing any. So that intrigues me. I'll have to try that now.
And if you're getting a lot of bites for like ladyfish, blue runners, things like that, you're too high in the water column. If you're getting a bunch of trash fish, slow down. Bounce it on bottom, get a heavier jig. If you're real high in the water column, you're going to get hit by ladyfish, Spanish, things like that.
So would this do good directly from the beach in the surf? Like,
Yeah.
do I just target those troughs and stuff? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
Probably
Joe?
not much as sight casting there, but just knowing that's where they're running.
Well, Joe can't fish that slow, so we're good.
Yeah, but so every year when they come out with those public service announcements about the riptides and they show those pictures of that water sucking you out,
Yep.
that's where the fish are.
Yep.
You get the disoriented bait.
That's
the
where the
predators
fish
are
are.
only one strong enough to
That's
hold.
a fish highway.
Just to the left or right of it.
What-
And that's where you throw your set rigs.
And for those of you listening at home that want to learn more about surf fishing down here on the beach, something I do this every time I'm in Walmart. I always scan that aisle where they sell what I call the tourist trap. I know you know which ones I'm talking about. The big metal leaders, double drop, like the Pompano rigs. Even the Pompano rigs they sell there are trash. They're just too heavy. They're big yellow blob floats and big goofy hooks. And
I'm not fishing anybody else's Pompano rig.
Right.
that's I see these folks buying this stuff, and I'll go, hey, do this instead. Run over here to the shop, pick up a Frisky Fins jig, or not jig, but Frisky Fin rig, Pompano rig.
And a Sputnik weight.
Yeah, and go catch fish. I
Sputnik.
said, you don't want this. And they'll go, well, why would you say? I said, well, I fish down here locally and we see it. I said, I call this I tell them, I said, I call this the tourist trap. I said, so many of y'all keep these rolling off the shelf and you buy them. And a lot of folks don't want to hear it. I've walked off, told somebody, like, I fish all the time, I'm charter captain. We got buddies that literally make these rigs. Use these instead. Go get you one of these. Don't waste your money on that metal. You're not going. I had friends that fished with me for years would go buy those metal leaders and go to West Pass with me, and I'm going, oh my
I've
gosh.
still got packets of them over here from me moving down here, whatever years ago.
It's
That I'll
just
never use.
It's a tourist thing, and I tell them, I said, don't buy the tourist trap. Go use what the locals use, and a lot of times I'll walk off and look back, and they'll be like. Because they caught one redfish 10 years ago on their beach vacation. And they said,
Right.
well, I know it
He
works.
keeps talking about me.
I mean, these things hold up to 40-pound black drum.
Oh, my gosh.
they're-
Mondo redfish, whatever's coming down the beach.
kosher.
So it's a good time with your family. You can sit there on the beach. The kids
Yeah,
can
it's
swim.
perfect.
You get you a Frisky Fins Pompano rig, some fish bites, and a Sputnik weight. Let me explain to y'all how these things work. They've got tension arms on them. So depending on the current and the waves, you either spread them open to where they don't hold as tight, or you squeeze them together to where they hold tighter. Because you want to be able to release that Sputnik when that fish gets hooked. If you've got it too tight, you will rip the hook out of its mouth. If you don't have it tight enough, it will just roll down the beach.
James, are you a big advocate on fish as light as possible on the lead on the beaches, depending on the current, or how does that affect surf fishing?
In general, fish as light as you can.
I'm kind of all around, all fishing.
Did you
go.
see he has 1 ounce Sputniks, and he says he's one of his biggest sellers?
Yep, 1 and 2 ounces.
And we're wanting 10 ounce, like 16 ounce, 1 pound
no,
Sputnik on 80-pound braid.
Hey,
This is the guy that told me if you need 8 ounces, you might as well just stay
Oh, yeah.
home. That was
I've
Mr.
never
Frisky.
used a 5-ounce Sputnik in Alabama to surf fish. Go home.
It seems like every time we try to fish a Pompano tournament, well, that's
Yeah.
what we need.
Yeah.
Because the dang waves are breaking like something you would surf instead of something you would surf fish.
well,
I thought that turned into a hard
a few weeks ago,
Yeah, hardhead tournament.
I was shark fishing, and I put every weight I had on.
I have some 16-ounce spider weights that'll hold.
Yeah, I'm going to need one of those.
I promise. you.
Holy smokes.
And getting back to the Walmart rigs is what the tourist rigs.
The old tourist trap.
Marshmallow rig.
People think that every fish in salt water has teeth, and I think that's
Yeah.
where that metal leader and that heavy tackle. Everyone thinks you got to have 50-pound braid and metal lead. And it's like no. There's only a handful of fish that you actually need metal leaders for.
It really,
Pompano's not one.
no, not at all. And even Spanish, like I troll Spanish a lot, and
Mono.
we use a lot of like anywhere from 20 to 30 pound mono just on our lures for that. And we lose a few, but if you go put a big hunking piece of wire on there, I'm going to outfish you every time.
I
'Cause
use
I'm gonna get more
50-pound mono
opportunities.
for Spanish.
I'd rather have 50-pound mono,
Mono,
than
not
like a small
wire.
gauge wire.
But public service announcement, even if you don't see teeth, do not lip it like a bass.
No, that's a mouthful. of
Also,
razor blades.
do not gill it.
Hey,
do
so I,
not put your fingers in its mouth or its gills, no matter what species it is.
did I ever
Be
tell you
careful
about
with
the time I lipped a sheep's head?
Oh, no.
It broke my thumbnail.
Hey,
boy.
there's an old YouTube video of me and Adam on the pier fishing the Floribama rodeo several years ago, and I caught this little bitty bluefish, and I was trying to get the hook out of its mouth, and it grabbed me right here, and it just went to chewing.
Really?
And I'm going, help! Adam had to come over there and remove this little bluefish from the web of my hand.
Those things they're mean.
Yeah.
They really are.
And he just kept going.
That's a mean fish. I'll never forget me, you, and Adam and Toke trying to commercially fish them when the pier was closed that
That
day.
was devastating.
You guys ever seen those tuna boats where the Asian guys are out there with the poles and they're just flipping tuna in the boat like this? We were doing that with bluefish by the pier.
Big
My
ones.
wife is doing matrix moves, ducking bluefish as they're flying in the boat off of lures.
I think I got 2 treble hooks in my hand.
yeah, we burned through a whole pack of different lures or a whole bunch of box of lures, just throwing everything.
Dude,
at
I
'em.
was breaking off hooks, and I remember at one point I had 2 treble hooks, and only one of them had a barb. And I was still catching
So here's the
fish.
kicker, though. We thought we were like, heck yeah, dude, that box is full. We made some money today.
That's the thing, though. The commercial sheep's head fishermen don't have barbs on them because they just flip them and go back.
Go right back.
Anyway, so you didn't make any money?
No, so we caught 1 king that day. 3 or 4 Spanish, a couple bonita, and we loaded the box. Just loaded so many bluefish in there. We thought we'd make a
Dude,
few bucks.
we probably had 150 pounds of fish.
They made $50.
That king,
Not even.
That king mackerel weighed 8 pounds, and it brought like what, $30?
Yeah, and then the rest paid 6.
I put more in gas that morning than we lost that much in lures catching those bluefish.
But it was fun though.
Oh, we had a blast.
I had a blast.
James, is there anything else you want to talk about before we go?
No.
Y'all follow him on Facebook. Check out his store. He's in all the local bait shops here, hooked up, J&M.
He's all over the world.
Yeah,
man.
where are
bum.
you, man? You're all the way down the East Coast and West Coast of Florida now, right?
Yeah, we have over 40 shops that we
That's
that we
awesome.
sell to.
That's
Very
awesome.
nice.
Yeah, I trust in the products. They're quality.
Yeah, we caught some good fish
stuff,
on them
man.
for sure. So
Yeah. And if you ever have any questions, I mean, I'm really bad about getting back to you on Facebook
He
and things
is.
like that. And it's not that I do it on purpose. It's that today I've already had over 40 emails, between orders and people looking for questions and things like that. I will get back at some point. And especially custom rods. If you want custom rods, it is going to be a minute. I'm sorry.
It's a while.
you're
Yeah,
pretty much a one-man show on all that, aren't you?
So I have rig tires now, but other than that, everything else that comes out of the shop touches my hands. Joe's been waiting for a rod for what, 4 months?
I heard you.
it's been longer.
I heard you looked at it
But
once.
he's not even going to need it by the time you get it done.
He had it for 2 months. He's had the blank for 2 months, and I said, "Hey, you made any updates?" He's like, "Yeah, I've looked at it a couple times."
So speaking of Joe, speaking of Frisky over here, so tell the little shark story, Joe.
Which one?
So Frisky's had a little issue with his tackle, and he custom tied this rig for Joe, and he says you will not
he already
lose
had 'em.
anything on that.
He already had the rigs, the big ones.
The bull.
Yeah, he already had the big.
No,
the
I
big
know he
leaders.
had the big ones, but you had a failure on a little one.
Yeah, and then he handed me the big one.
No, so he's talking about the big bull
Oh,
shark
the-
on the boat that straightened the hook on us. That you.
Jesus Christ.
Joe says I
That's where
want
I'm
this
going,
fish.
thank you.
She's mine. I'm fighting her all the way to the boat. This is
Dude,
my fish.
I didn't think you could fight a shark that long without it dying.
She whipped our butts.
50 minutes of video footage of me fighting this fish. We touched leader 5 times.
5 times he touched the leader.
At 50 minutes,
I tried to kill it. I tried to stick it in the gills and missed.
Justin stuck a
I
gaff
got
in it.
manhandled. She eat my gaff, threw me like a rag doll. I went flat on my back. Runs again for the bottom, and I look over, and Joe's like, she straightens the hook. He reels it in. He's like, oh. And I look, and he's laying on his back. Everybody's out.
That's
That
a-
I
fish.
tell people all the time we have to laugh about those times we almost died,
Yeah.
so that we don't
Right,
suffer
right.
PTSD and
Well,
continue to do
There,
it.
there will be a T-shirt coming with what I said when you
Yes.
gaffed that shark. So
I've got that gaff. I don't know that I'll ever use it again because it.
Oh, no, it's a wall hanger.
Dog leg, and it's got teeth marks from
It's
shark
a
teeth
wall
all
hanger
in it.
now.
dude, he stuck
It's-
her right in the side of the head. And he's like, "Here."
I missed. And we're in a boat doing this, and we'd already been out
All I
there.
hear is
rolling.
excuses.
I
Yeah,
missed.
he
I
sucks.
didn't do
So
that. I
sucks.
said I
So
missed.
my point was Joe got back with Frisky, and he's like, "Oh no, I've
Send you
got
the
your
real one."
rig.
Yeah.
You need a real rig if you're gonna play that."
And I
game."
haven't caught any quality fish.
We've not hooked another one that big.
Nope.
There not been as many. Which again, we've not been hooking as many snapper this year, but I hadn't had as many problems on the reef with them this year. It was mainly dolphins.
Yeah,
So been one of those years, but
I feel like that shark probably could have been close to state record. Honestly,
that
So-
it was big. I don't.
it was big, but
If you would have had a better rig, you would have got it.
Yeah, well, I had your rig.
It was a cast out rig.
He had a beach shark rig,
Hey,
like
man.
a black
Yeah,
tar
the four.
rig.
Did you have the Yakking with Jack 4-foot castable?
Yeah.
Or had I had a
Made for black
dispatch,
tips.
a dispatch.
Yeah,
tool,
if we'd had a bang
did
stick,
well.
a pistol,
or
anything
just call
other
it
than a gaff.
dispatch tool.
But so what
Yeah.
happened is I was full lockdown drag, and she went to the bottom.
No, I mean I'm happy that you fought a fish for 50
Dude, that
minutes
On a rig that was
on
made
a rig
for
that's made for
4-foot.
black tip.
Full lockdown
And this
drag.
this was a
right.
big
50
girl
minutes.
too.
Yeah.
Big fish. I'm like, how are we gonna get this thing in the boat if we do kill her? We were gonna have to drag it behind the boat back home. But awesome day on the water. We always, man, that's the stories that live forever. That's what we do this for. So
Yeah, now it's gonna live on a T-shirt.
yeah.
Right.
Damn, that's kind of like
Speaking of
political.
merch and t-shirts, all that is coming soon. Y'all check out some of Frisky's gear. Get all these on your website.
Yeah, y'all get
Yeah.
out there and fish.
Shirts,
Yeah, and
hats.
there's a bunch of stuff I didn't bring. I'm really bad about self promotion.
I think-
I
I
don't
think-
I don't like it.
I think you brought
We're
enough.
promoting you.
It's-
I know, but I don't like it. It's never been my thing.
Well, we've been promising folks for a while we were gonna have some Fish Like a Local shirts out. I know we got some Bond Score Butcher shirts coming, some Joe the Pro shirts coming.
Yeah. Gap.
That's gonna be
But
gaff
don't
that dolphin
miss.
sound.
Yeah.
Don't miss.
Don't miss. I may make one that says "Don't miss" with a gaff and sell it next to it.
Oh yeah, you got a couple of those stories.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's wrap it up.
Guys, thank y'all for tuning in as usual. Thank you to all our sponsors that help us out. Frisky, appreciate you stopping in and hanging
Yes,
out
sir.
with us,
Thank
man.
you.
Thanks for having me.
Y'all like, comment, subscribe, follow us on all the multiple pages. I don't even know how many we've got
A
now,
bunch.
but we're trying.
All of them. And we got Mr. Geo over there on the board.
Yeah,
as
we always
usual.
forget our buddy Gio over there, our producer. He's doing a great job. We're going to get him a camera one day where we can tune him in. But Gio, thank you, buddy. We'll see you next week.
Sunrise on the water, that bite getting hotter. It's fish like a local.
An Angler's Podcast. Fish Like a Local is proudly brought to you by Barefoot Insurance Brokers for all your commercial insurance needs. Reel's Good Prestige Worldwide, the Gulf Coast's top outdoor marketing company. A Hero, America's heroes enjoying recreation outdoors, a veteran and first responder service organization.